Hello everybody and welcome to another Super K video. I am Kam Kaveh, welcome back. And if you're new here, remember to like, subscribe, and to, enjoy. So typically my videos, I try and talk about something that is fun while also being current. Right now we are in September. September is Suicide Prevention Month. And so no fun intro today, just going to kind of talk about and spread some awareness about how to mitigate suicide and some of the things that we can do if we notice people within our life, either coworkers, friends, family, experiencing suicidal ideation. So the first one is to not discount their feelings. It can feel like um, one of the first things when we notice someone coming to us and they're talking about how sad they are, how life doesn't seem worth living, that we would hope that everybody would be an ear. But in today's day and age, there's so much going on personally for everybody that oftentimes we turn a blind eye to it and we don't listen. Make sure that you're listening to what they're saying. Don't offer judgments. Don't be dismissive of their experiences or emotions. And don't try and say, well, at least you have this, at least you have that, because you're kind of shutting them down. And if someone ever brings up, I don't want to live, remember that can be a cry for help. And to really sit down with them. You're not a mental health professional unless you are a mental health professional. And I'll post the suicide hotline number in the description below, just so everybody has that. It's something we don't ever really think we're going to have to use or to give out, but it's something that we should all have because suicide is a real thing that happens, and that's why there's a whole month about it. That's why I'm doing this video, is because it affects, at some point, everybody in their life. Will either know someone who has had suicidal ideation or that has acted on suicidal ideation. So suicide is a cry for help. It's not the person being weak. Oftentimes they see this as basically a way to raise the alarm of like, I'm overwhelmed, I'm out, like I need help. They don't see an alternative. Or they're trying to, and they just don't know how to reach out. So if someone comes to you and says, I'm thinking about this, it's usually not that overt. It's usually very subliminal. Life's not worth living. People's lives would be better without me in it. Those kind of things is what you need to look for as a red flag of maybe I should take a second, listen, maybe hook them with some supports. And if you are that person, you are adept, right? You're adept at and trained in crisis counseling. Be that person or get them to a higher level of care. Being a good listener, just being about caring about what they're saying, giving them empathy, listening. You're never going to solve it unless you are, as a therapist, listening to this. If you're just a friend, being there to listen to them, being with them, maybe making that phone call to the hotline with them, not giving them suggestions, not giving them advice. Have you tried XYZ? When I'm sad, this works. While those seem like they can be helpful, the most important thing is getting them to a higher level of care, someone that is trained in suicidal ideation and talking people down from that moment. Encouraging them to get some help for their depression or anxiety, wherever the SI is coming from. It can be easy for us to think that we are all therapists. I'm a therapist in training, but it's easy for people to get in that mindset of, I can fix this. I'm great at making people feel good, but that's not the point. The point is to get them to someone that can help them, that is trained, while also not playing into the stigma about depression and about suicide, that this person is XYZ, they need they do need help, but not like, whoa, you need some help. And walking them through that. Hey, let's call this number together. I'm here for you in that moment. Being that emotional support that they're not receiving. If you're ever in a time as well where you feel like suicide is on the horizon, or it is something that they're thinking about, one of the most helpful things that you can do in that moment is ask. And it, even as a therapist in training, it is a tough question to ask. And as you ask it, it does get easier to ask. But one of the biggest fears for people listening is asking, are you thinking about committing suicide? It can be that thing that it's never going to put it in their head, but what it's going to do is kind of shock them back to it of, they're either going to tell you, no, I can never do that, or they're going to say, actually, yes, I'm thinking about this. And then that's your clue to get them to a higher level of care. If they're in danger at that point, you do not leave them alone. Call 911 or another emergency number, the suicide hotline, to get them, again, I said this a lot in this video, to a higher level of care, to someone that can actually triage them and get them the resources that they need. Know that when you're talking to them, if they're disclosing, like, I'm thinking about doing this, keeping that secret is not the right thing to do. It might seem like you're helping them in that moment, but what you're actually doing is, one, if they act on it, you could be held responsible. Two, you're not getting them to, work through it. If they promise that, if they're asking you, promise you won't tell anybody, but I'm thinking about this. The right thing to do is to get them help. And it can seem like you're betraying their trust, but you're actually saving their life. And I'm going to close with this. If you ever are feeling, you're coming to this because it has the word suicide, of what to do if someone is thinking about enacting or acting on suicidal ideation, know that your life is worth living. There are people out there, it might not seem like it, you might feel like you're in a dark place. There's people out there, people care about you, even if they don't know you, that at some point in your life you're going to meet someone that's you're going to mean the world to them. And so there's some resources out there to make you feel better, and as well, know that even if you feel insignificant, if you feel small, if you feel weak, you feel like life's pressures are weighing on you, that life does get better. And so reach out, call that person that is your support system if you don't have them. Again, reach out. I'll have the suicide hotline number in the description. If you are a member of the LGBTQ community and you're going through tough times and you're having dark thoughts, a specific resource for the LGBT community is the Trevor Project. I'll have their number in the description below. The point is, reach out. There's always someone there to listen. There's therapists, there's friends, there's hotlines that will get you the resources that you need. So I hope that, as sensitive of a topic as this is, that you still did enjoy this video. I think it's important, and I think that we need more education on suicide prevention. And if you did like this video, or if you have suggestions on anything that I missed, make sure you comment down below. I'm always open to feedback and opinions. I hope you all have a great day and a great month. I will see you all later. Bye.